Greetings, I am Live.
And I am Scandal.
And let's play a game together.
All right.
So we haven't really talked about this, but I have been thinking it over, and I really do feel like Lies.
So I lied.
I was gonna say,
become Lies.
I was gonna say Lies in here is going to want to actually go with Hamza because he was the one of these three that supported their dream. And again, we're not looking at this from like a risk, management, cost, benefit experience at all. It's more like, what would Lies want to do? Also, Lies is always hungry and always wants better food.
Yeah.
Like pizza on a bagel? No, food. And so I think that Lies also, if they're just following their heart and following the heart of things, being like, when you dream big.
I'm also disappointed anyway of going to the little barcade. You can have a family restaurant with a bar.
You really can. You can't. It doesn't have to only be one.
I live in Colorado. These things are possible.
And I really do. I feel like Percy would absolutely stifle Lies' ambition. And I think even if they don't understand that explicitly, they do understand it implicitly because they always wanted more than that arcade right there. Mm-hmm. And they wanted that arcade to be bigger and better. So we're going to go, take the big gamble on a family restaurant arcade, or make a cozy little barcade, or just go with a classic video arcade. The decision is going to affect the entire direction of the new venture. What do I want? What's my dream? Does that mean there's an ending for each and every one of these choices? Hamza, let's steal Deco's restaurant business. Ben and Matt, let's open a barcade. Percy will make the finest arcade ever. But he didn't say he wanted the finest arcade ever. He said he wanted little and simple.
He did, actually.
All right.
And also, I'm a little bit confused because now it sounds like Hamza's just strictly about restaurant. And it was like it said a combination restaurant and arcade.
So the thing is you're helping him overthrow Deco's restaurant because he knows you're going to overthrow his arcades.
Yeah.
I assume that's implied. I wish it was more explicitly stated in that choice, but they did say restaurant and arcade, that the restaurant would be on the arcade.
I know, but I'm just a little
But I
surprised
love that the idea is basically that he, from your arcade, is going to overthrow Deco's entire restaurant business, and you're going to overthrow his arcade business, and the two of you will just conquer everything.
Right?
So we're going with Hamza.
All right, let's go with Hamza. Here we go.
Hamza, I think we can do business. We'll make a combination arcade and family restaurant.
Such is the iron will of Hamza! You will not regret this.
A bit disappointing, but we'd still be happy to lend a hand where we can. I'd say it's not going to alienate anyone either.
I did. Absolutely. Having Mr. Moopy available for families to enjoy would be nice, actually.
I love how everybody's not just like angry about things and they're like, this
Right.
could be all right, because they've already said they're on board with you, you know?
Right.
Okay, the second thing we need to talk about is what sort of games we want to focus on. The Funplex did a little bit of everything, and we will too. We want to include all gamers. We want to be inclusive, just like this game.
Yay.
But we can also highlight one style of play or another. Really provide best-in-class gaming for a specific audience. Any thoughts? Like you focus a little bit. So like you'll have speckles, but then you'll have your primary focus is what?
Right. Decision number 2.
This is going to be where you look at Queen Bee and Teo and
probably Percy.
Probably Naomi.
Oh.
Your gaming expert who loves a classic game.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I would
Decision
guess.
number 2. Game focus.
We're just building the benches. Ha! See?
Retro gamers. It's gotta be all about retro games. You know I'm capable of keeping those older games in tip-top shape. If we focus on retro games, we could serve an audience that Deco's completely ignoring.
Which I want to do.
I would agree with Ms. Fairchild. Retro games are an untapped market. Granted, it wouldn't pull in as much profit, but we know gamers are seeking them. We don't have to make all the money, just enough to keep our pure and untainted dream afloat. And we can do that with well-curated retro game library.
He is not as ambitious as I would like him to be at all.
No way.
Retro's cool and all, but let's talk esports games. They'll draw money better than jamming a magnet up your ass and dragging you through Fort Knox. Get a couple good fighters, more than one fist of discomfort, some race and dance games, the kind of stuff where folks can compete head-to-head. We're golden.
I have to agree with Queen Bee. You can play retro games on emulators and consoles, but you can't duplicate the community experience of an arcade at home.
That is true.
If we had an esports focus, we could build something together, which works as a second home for all sorts of gamers.
It's just one of two options. Oh, here we do. We get another one. The prize games. All right. I think you know what I'm going to suggest. Redemption and prize games. I forgot about that. They provide excellent profits. It's the core of Deco's business model, yes, but I think if we focus on those games, we can do them right. No predatory pricing, no scams or rip-offs. Classic earn and exchange.
Uh-huh. And the truth is that most people enjoy them. From kids wanting to win that big prize to the wistful adults recapturing their childhood dreams of playing skee-ball on the boardwalk, which is what you did.
Yes! And defeated
they're
everyone.
They're simple to play and, most of all, fun! If they're done right, we can make meaningful memories for everyone.
This decision's gonna be a lot harder for me.
And prizes? Did I mention prizes? We can stock the shelves with the coolest prizes around. Better than Deco's prizes, which fall apart in 2 minutes after you get them.
Although I will say, I've always loved arcade prizes, even the crappy, cheap little, like, rings and stuff like that. Like, some of them are just really, really cute.
Uh-huh.
I would say, but or like the sticky hands, the glow-in-the-dark bouncy balls, all that stuff, right?
Right.
I would say, but the thing is you end up paying way too much for that stuff with tickets. But there is this really cool company, called the Oriental Trading Company. I got magazines in the mail from them for a while. And basically what they are is they're like bulk prize company and like bulk event, equipment, like supply company. And so you can buy like all that stuff you would see in arcades for like a penny a piece kind of thing by buying them lots of in like 50, 150, 500, 5,000 even.
Right.
Including things, whether it's like party haps or napkins, but also just like party blowers, kazoos, bouncy balls, all of it.
Right.
And it's sort of wild because like a kid in an arcade, you start it and you go for $5. I could have 1,000 of one thing that took me all day to learn, to win. And it's kind of wild. All right, which matches my ideal arcade more? We'll have all three, sure, but do we emphasize retro games, esports, or prize games?
Now, I know Lies likes retro games. That is, like, no question to me. And I kind of hate to say, based off what I've seen
and
so
again,
far,
we're not doing business model here.
We're not.
We're doing what is my ideal arcade.
Yeah.
So, Naomi and Percy, let's go retro style. Queen Bee and Teo will have great esports. See, and again, the great esports is going to be too loud, too crowded. Liz doesn't seem to enjoy that environment at all, nor find it particularly desirable, even when they've been like, hey, I totally support you, Teo, or I want you to win, Queen Bee,
Right.
Also, Gavin and Ashley, we just don't like the gambling model. Even if they're gonna do it better, like...
I mean, Lies, like I said, that when we went to the boardwalk, really enjoyed their skee ball and whatever else. They have enjoyed them.
We are between retro games and prize games.
Yes, like...
Your esports and dancing is right out.
Yeah.
Like, and so it's like, doing the prize games right sounds like an interesting model in the sense that you're going to get a lot of people in, that are used to that sort of thing, but also that sounds like a real kid-heavy audience. And I feel like Lies specifically, given that they seem to agree with everyone that children are terrifying unless they're crying, and then you must protect them with your life.
Which is also interesting to me of also going, hey, let's do the family restaurant thing because of the kids thing. I'm like, eh.
On the other hand, then that's over there kind of thing, and it
Right.
gives them a space to do that. It also gives a space to keep things clean where you're not just having cupcakes on your machines.
It's true.
I think we'd go with retro.
I do too.
I really think we would go with retro.
That really actually wasn't even much of a question for me, unfortunately. That's one of the things where I'm like, I don't know how much this game changes based on your choices and whatnot.
I would like to come back and craft all like 6 different types of these businesses and see where the game goes.
Right?
That'd be interesting. But right now, this is where we're going.
All right.
This character, this is what they would do. Deco thinks that only new games make money. Let's prove him wrong. Like, you guys think it won't be that profitable, but I bet we could do it. I say, and have the world's greatest retro-style arcade ever.
Woohoo! I'll pick out only the best games. Don't worry.
Also, Hamza's got access to a ton of the best games.
Right? Excellent. I'm looking forward to this project.
Okay. So that's money and games. Now, let's go beyond what we already had at the Funplex. Let's really make this something special.
Decision
New
number
projects.
3. New projects.
What are we going to add that it didn't have?
Right.
I want a defining feature for our arcade. The restaurant will not be it.
All
One
right.
which will make it stand out. Something nobody else is doing. Something nobody's even thought of before. All ideas on the table. If it was too outlandish for the Funplex, it's not too outlandish for me. Show me what you got. Roller rink.
Well...
Roller rink. Who's going to suggest a roller rink?
I mean, I'm not really part of this, but,
Come on. You're my best friend and 100% part of this. I couldn't be here in this moment if it wasn't for you. And besides, you missed Francine's funeral, and she was one of your good close friends. You should submit something to this wake intervention.
Right.
Go on, Juniper. What's your idea?
branding.
That's a good idea.
The new design firm I joined is okay, but it's not like I enjoyed designing new corporate logos for fruit companies and stuff.
That's what graphic designing is.
But what if I came and worked for you instead? Be your brand manager.
Yeah.
An arcade really needs a stellar image management to stand out from the rest, like the event poster I made for you.
Okay, hold on a
if?
second. Juniper is suggesting something very... She's cloaking what she's actually suggesting. She's going, you should brand it. But she's not saying you should really focus on branding, help your brand spread and grow. She's going, you should hire me to brand it.
Yeah.
So she's saying the distinctive special thing about your arcade will be that I'll be branding it.
Yes.
We can't sell Juniper be branding it as Juniper's job. You are pitching this poorly, dear, which suggests you may not be best suited to that job.
Oh, hey, Juniper, I can add to that. What if we work together? I was thinking of designing a new mascot costume anyway, but I could collaborate and coordinate with you on how it'll tie into the visuals for the rest of the arcade.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a winning combination. Ashley and I could do great work together coming up with some really stellar branding and marketing. We'll stand out in a crowd.
Yay.
Yay.
There's actually a book written by... Oh, God, I'm not going to remember his name. Shoot. Who's the lead singer of Kiss?
Oh, shit. Brain immediately. Brandon Urie. No,
No.
that's Panic at the Disco. What the fuck, Brain?
Right?
God, I can't
Here,
remember.
let me just look this up real quick. So there's an entire book on branding. It's a really good book. It's a really accessible read.
Plus,
Thank you.
there you
I
go.
can do this. Okay,
You
talk
j-
for a second while I
Okay,
search.
well, I mean, I don't know because I don't know exactly what you're looking for. But yes, the branding and the marketing is a thing to do, and it is a difficult thing sometimes for some people to be able to put together, especially if you've never really done it
Gene
before.
Simmons. Hold on a second. Keep
Gene,
going.
oh no, Gene Simmons. He's not the tongue dude, right? Or was
Yes, he is.
He's tongue man. He's also was he Jewish?
No, I was like Israeli. Iranian,
I don't know.
Korean. Anyway, so what you're talking about is there's a book called Me Inc. by Gene Simmons, and what it is about branding. Absolutely and 100%. So Kiss is the most famous band in the entire world and the most recognizable band in the entire world as far as branding is concerned. Okay? And so the thing is they are recognizable in almost like every country in the world, even just as like the silhouettes of the faces.
Right.
And that branding, like in that book, like Gene Simmons even reads the audiobook. It's a great audiobook. It's a really fun read. I had my friend listen to it with me some time ago.
Right.
I was gonna say, but like it'll teach you everything you need to know about the value of branding and basically becoming a familiar household name without being the same kind of like aggressive predatory that we've talked about in reference to the force of habit or the power of habit.
Power of habit. Yeah.
Anyway, so I recommend that book. Even if you're not going into marketing, it's a really cool way to understand basically how to potentially start a small business or how small businesses do succeed. And like it's really fascinating. Anyway, well, I know exactly what sort of project I'd want to do. Streamer support. Assembling and packing away my streaming rig each day is ridiculous, and duct taping a webcam in front of a screen is a lousy hack. If I could just step right up to a game and, swipe a card or something and be streaming with a direct feed in seconds, that sounds amazing, actually.
That sounds wild.
That sounds extremely modern and appropriate, and what if you could freaking rig some of the old games for that?
Ooh, that'd
People
be great.
would love that in reference to retro games.
Oh, hell yeah.
As well as the newer games, plus it would support that more modern audience, which is what they're trying to bring in, which would strike a balance between the two.
Right.
Or at least help. Well, I can think of a dozen streamers who just flocked to our place to get a piece of that.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I know how we could do that.
Yes!
I could rig up a general purpose daughter board that plays Man in the Middle with a video feed, works with an RFID stream reader to get the streamer's info, ties to a central video encoder on the Wi-Fi network. Yeah, I could totally make that happen. And without damaging any classic hardware.
Yep. Once more in English, please. I know software, not hardware.
We stick a thingy in the thingy and everything works just fine.
Great.
I'm sure there's some legal and copyright issues to tackle, but if we can do it, we'll be better than Twitch. I mean, let's be the world's first streaming arcade.
Honestly, that sounds amazing.
That sounds wild.
Because you're going to end up with some branding anyways, whether you mean it or not. But it's funny that Juniper pitched it as, please give me a job, rather than, I think this would be a great concept.
Right?
Like, that's sort of silly.
Yeah. I was thinking, well, if the reason why all the games are considered a dead end is they don't work in the ticket game ecosystem,
Lovely.
why not add a ticket output to normal games?
That's cute.
Or we could reward skilled players with prize tickets based on their high score or speed of completion. With the right balancing, we can make old games just as desirable as new ones.
Perhaps.
As Naomi said, there may be legal hurdles to clear, but I'm in favor of this idea. We're not turning them into gambling, but
yeah,
it's not that I love prize games. I find them boring, personally. You know, I favor pinball, but profit is the lifeblood of an arcade, and prize games are profitable.
Oof.
If we can get Moopy production tickets... Moopy producing tickets, well, that's something nobody's ever done before.
Aye, that is wild.
Interesting. But as much as I'd love to do all three, I doubt we have the money or time for that. You have to focus.
Yeah.
Let's focus on one project to launch our arcade with.
So we'll then come around to the other ones.
Honestly, I'm not sure where Lies would go with this, because I don't know what their priorities are in this case, but let's see how they're worded. Do we want to have really good branding, or streamer support, or retrofit tickets on old games? So, go ahead, next line. Juniper and Ashley get to work on our branding. Queen Bee and Naomi, let's make the arcade streaming soar. Percy and Gavin, let's make tickets work better. Okay, so the thing is like, you already are going to have branding no matter what, because you'll have to have a sign and you'll have to have a name. Your branding may not be good or top of the line, but it's going to be there anyways. You also already have tickets there. The only thing you don't have is the arcade streaming. And so I feel like if we're trying to be a truly unique space, it's gonna be the streaming. And so I think Lies could get to it from that direction.
Okay.
Of going, what I'm looking for is to create something uniquely us. And if we literally support streamers in our cafe, that'd be wild as hell.
That would be wild as hell.
And I think Lies would go for that.
Okay.
Queen Bee and let's make arcade streaming soar. I want to be on the cutting edge of technology, because also retro games with the cutting edge of technology is a really fun mix that just sounds super novel. You
It
know?
does.
Like, it's great. Of technology and the arcade community. Do whatever you have to do to integrate 20XX broadcast systems into our games. Finally! No more hauling around a bunch of duct tape and webcams in a backpack.
A new tech project and not just repairing an old monitor. Yeah! You won't regret this, Lies.
We're also building a lot into Naomi's dream.
It's true.
Oh, one more thing.
The name!
Yes, I already know the name!
The name!
I already know the name. I'm so excited. If this is going to be my baby, my dream arcade, I've got a name already in mind for it.
We do.
So, barring any objections, I'd like to welcome you all to... What's the name of that new arcade? Okay, it is Funtervention. Done. This is Funtervention.
Alright, so Funtervention.
That is it. We are Funtervention. Do we want a couple of exclamation points on there?
Up to you.
I was just saying.
Sometimes I think exclamation points look a little tacky.
They look tacky. I was gonna say. I think it's just standard.
As much
like
as
that.
I enjoyed the bastard exclamation point,
I know,
exclamation
right?
point
I don't think
anime.
it needs them. I think this is good. Funtervention.
All right.
Funtervention. Is that right? That works.
Yes!
That's the one. Funtervention. Let's call it Funtervention.
Funtervention?
Huh. I like it. We can work with that. Huh.
Let's hear it for Funtervention!
You know what? I'm so sad that you get to pick that, because that is such a clever name based on the intervention that just happened, and they can have so much fun with it.
I know!
Like, but they can't interact with the dialogue of it.
Right.
Like, it's so good.
Our home lives again. How exciting.
Fuck! Yeah!
A toast then? Till I wanna get drunk, la 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 la.
One by one, everyone raises their glasses. I fetch my room temperature drink and raise mine high in turn. For those we've lost and those we're yet to meet, let's do this right. Together we can accomplish anything. Now let's get super drunk! Oh my god.
I knew it. It was gonna come up.
I feel like it's gonna be like Lies is gonna move away from being sappy and just be like, together we can accomplish anything.
Alright.
And I feel like that's where they're gonna go. Be like, I just did all the emotional heavy lifting, and Lies has demonstrated like a propensity for getting exhausted after big emotional heavy lifting.
Sure.
So I think they would keep it simple afterwards.
Okay.
I know that together we can accomplish anything. For Funtervention and the future. For Funtervention! Yes!
Slamming. Everybody, yeah!
I'm so excited to type in the title of this episode, Funtervention.
Yay!
So
It'll be so good.
Losing everything, then getting it all back. Oh, are we doing a time skip?
Oh dear.
And then some. Or are we just talking about this experience? It's been a roller coaster of a week, to be sure. But I can rest for now.
Can't.
I can't rest for now. Absolutely not. I need to take charge of this project and my life in general. I have to do for them what Francine did for us. Bring us together?
Hi.
What else did she do for us?
I don't know.
That's okay. I'm ready. I'm willing. And this is our time. Do we get one more chapter of whatever?
I would imagine. Seems like a good
Because we need to see Thuntervention.
But you know what? We're out of time, so let me read this really quick. You've cleared level 06 of Arcade Spirits. A winner is you.
Woo!
Now, let's see your score. But we'll have to see it in the next one. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos if you're having a good time with us. Please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon. We've got some links in the description down below. And I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you.
Bye!